After several accounts of cancelled appointments, we finally arrive here at Orie Estate in Trans Nzoia County to tell the story of one woman who many of you perceive to speak her mind without fear or favor, and that woman is none other than Ambassador Orie Rogo Manduli. Stay tuned as I take you through the journey of this amazing woman.
This is a situation which saves the hand. The hand planting is very tedious and very expensive.
She is a woman with different definitions by different groups of people.
Supplies are dwindling, he runs. This is now is at his control post now. Up. That's the control post here.
But one certain thing is that Orie Rogo Manduli doesn't care how you define her. What she knows is that she is a realist.
And you must love it. You know, you can't farm if you don't love it. You can't. I'm in my element when I'm here.
We met her at her home in Kitale to know exactly who Manduli is.
I'm a mother. I'm community based. I love children. I love my neighbors. I love working with people. But more important, I love farming, which is why I'm here.
It is said that a picture is worth 1,000 words, and it's in these pictures taken at her tender age that communicates more than words can tell. At her home are a lot of farm machinery that are used to farm her 1,000 acres piece of land, commonly known as Orie Estate.
Just turn round. Watch our end, I love to turn round.
She takes us through her piece of land, and one thing that comes out clearly is that this woman has a great relationship with her workers, whom she has nicknamed depending on where they come from and their expertise in farm activities.
Shirandula is a fundi on the job. Very good work. Very good man. I rely on Shirandula.
She also understands her machinery very well and has to be here to oversee how farming process is taking place.
So all this, the job is to break down the soil. Because you have to break down this soil for it to accept the seed for the passage. So they have to keep, you can't assume it will be dropping. You have to check. Yeah, you may assume you set it to pour, but it does not.
And also command a blessing to her servants through a prayer.
Can we pray twice? Or we thank you for the skills, we thank you for the machinery. More important, we thank you for the rain.
I get curious to know where the zeal to own such a vast piece of land came from, and this was her response.
I don't take anything for granted. I worked very hard, very, very hard. I dreamt big at age 19. It was the dream. To own
That's when
land.
you acquired this piece of land?
Yes, at age 19. My father told me that the only reason men walk all over us is because they own land and we don't.
This woman that many term as too aggressive when fighting for her position in society tells us that she has a great passion for farming, and when it comes to it, even she knows how daring she can be. And to prove this, she took the risk of planting in a drought season when other farmers held back to wait for the rains to fall.
I don't live in lies. I don't live in a fool's paradise. I don't live in hopes and suppositions. I live a world where hard facts are important. Where else do you get hard facts except on terra firma? When you're stepping on land, you know if it's wet or dry. Yes, and you choose where you step. If you want to step to get all wet, then you ruin your shoes, then you get onto. And me and you, I notice we love good shoes.
She is also planning to establish an industry in the same farm that will help transform other people's lives through creation of job opportunities.
This end, I wish to dedicate to an industry that will bring employment to our local people. That will create jobs they'll open up this space and it's ready. You can see that the earth is already hard enough. It's rocky. This is volcanic rock.
Manduli is in the records for being the first woman to lead a Kenyan NGO council.
The NGO council, again, being the first woman chair of the Council of NGOs of Kenya, was another first and another very daring thing to do.
And the first black African woman to compete in a World Circuit Safari Rally in Kenya.
Tough. That was East African Safari. Tough. It was real tough. We were the first one with my late friend Sylvia Mino.
She was also crowned a Miss Kenya at the age of 16.
I'm a go-getter, and I never say never. So I've done it. I've done quite a lot of things. Quite a lot. I was a beauty queen.
She was that?
With the encouragement of my father. And my father was very proud of that. And when other men were criticizing, he said, just because you don't have beautiful daughters, it doesn't mean you stop my daughter from doing what she likes, and I support her. He supported me and I became Miss East Africa.
You might be wondering why she is always in a headgear in a perfect match of her attire. Well, this headgear is worn in honor of the African woman who undergoes a lot of frustrations.
This headgear I wear in honor of all the women of Africa. I feel that the African woman has gone through so much, and that the African woman continues to go through so much hell. I mean, mention polygamy, polygamy, deprivation at work, deprivation in society, relegation to second-hand citizenship, relegation to always. A child is always as foolish as their mom, isn't it? Yeah. Never as foolish as their dad. Yeah, but if they're clever as their dad, isn't it? Yeah. Now my kids happen to be as clever as their mom. That's me.
Wow. Her busy schedule entails waking up early and sleeping late because for her, hard work pays and encourages other women to work hard instead of waiting to fight in courts with their husbands over wealth.
I have a very, very hard spot for women who run around expecting to meet this wonderful guy and coming in a white horse to carry her off to dreamland and a land of plenty and give her all she ever desired for. I mean, those are only in fairy tales. We read them when we were all kids, didn't we?
We did.
But in real life, these heroes, these rich princes that carry you off on a white horse and give you everything, and then you live happily ever after in a castle surrounded by music and easy life. It's not like that.
As we wrap up the interview, we laughed with mixed feelings.
How can they all be so?
They're beautiful.
On one side, we know Manduli the tough-spoken lady, and now Manduli the philanthropist and a farmer who enjoys life just like anybody else.
We wouldn't want to step on wet land with our shoes, would you? Or not on mud. But when we're stepping on mud, we know we're going to step on mud. So, Simba, ukichukua hii gari ya Simba will kill you. So leave my car. Leave my car. Hata kama sina gari, I dare not try. I love farming. I'm in my element when I'm farming. Very few people know who I am. Because they decided every group of people or persons decide they like to define me to suit their circumstances.
Sure.
And I feel sorry for them because they've never really tried to find out who I am. A woman never quite tells her age, does she? No,
she doesn't.
She must not. There's no need for that. A woman gets younger and better looking.
Every day.
And more lovely too. As a human being, as she gets older, with every day that she's on earth, she gets better looking, better love, better achieving, better understanding. So the age is really but a number.